For areas south of the Triangle, especially near Lumberton and perhaps Fayetteville and Goldsboro, could be quite a few inches, unfortunately. Tisha, let's go back several days to late last week as, well, this is Saturday, so it's probably about Tuesday, earlier in the week, when Hurricane Florence was approaching as a Category 3 hurricane and moving along pretty quickly. And then watch it just go spin and spin, a slow approach to our coast. Finally, yesterday, 8 a.m., making landfall right there just to the north of Wrightsville Beach. And then here it is during the last 24 hours, just slow jog to the southwest. And look at this tropical moisture just feeding into the region and continuing to do so. The center now is over South Carolina, but it's still on the east side of that storm. That moisture coming in off the Atlantic is just incredible, and it's dumping incredible amounts of rain across the region. As of 8 o'clock this evening, the winds are down to 45, moving again hardly at all west at 2 miles an hour, but it should begin to pick up a little speed, accelerate a little more. So by tomorrow afternoon, it is near Asheville and moving up into the mountains, and still a tropical low, but the wind threat obviously is already pretty much gone now with this. But as we head into Monday and Tuesday, it'll be up near New York City by early next week. So it'll really start to move once it gains a little latitude, but the damage pretty much done and still going on, and no way out of that. Tornado watch through 11 o'clock for areas south of the Triangle, Fayetteville, over towards Clinton and Lumberton, and that may get extended, but the tornado threat is diminishing too. It wasn't that high, but there were tornado warnings the last several days with some rotation. But as the wind field in Florence collapses and the winds really spin down, that tornado threat will go not completely away, but way down. Meanwhile, what won't go away is the tropical moisture. Even though the storm gets over here into the western Carolinas and then moves up the spine of the Appalachians up into the northeast, until it gets up into, say, West Virginia or Pennsylvania, it's going to be pulling in moisture. So even though the widespread rains will go away, the threat of scattered heavy downpours will continue into potentially Monday, unfortunately. This is generally light rain, light to moderate rain around the Triangle, back to Rocky Mount, Durham, not causing any issues. Really, Brittany Bell and I are monitoring the National Weather Service chat room, and they have access to all of the damage reports and things going on around the region. And we're not seeing too many things happening right now, which is good news, but the rain is really coming down in some areas. Not so much here. This is light to moderate rain, again, handling it pretty well. Dry near the Virginia border. Got some moderate showers, though, up into southern Virginia right now, sort of the outer edges of Florence. And you see a bit of a break there, southern parts of Wake County into Chatham County. This rain all moving westward again around the fringes of the storm. But the rain picks up in intensity, as you might expect, near the center of the storm, closer to it. And light to moderate rain now. Where you see the yellows, that's the heavier rain across parts of Harnett County, Johnston County. Not too bad in Cumberland County right now. That's some good news. But in sections of Robeson County, look at these rainfall rates right around Lumberton, raining at the rate of 4 inches an hour. Now, these bands move along. You don't necessarily get 4 inches in an hour, but they keep running over the same areas, so it does pile up considerably. Robeson County right now into northern Columbus County, a little bit outside our viewing area, really getting the brunt of it with these bands of rain, and that stretches down towards Wilmington as well, and some of that moisture that's coming in off the Atlantic. And you can see the amount of rain again. This is the Doppler estimate of rainfall that continues to pivot on to the northwest, and as Florence continues or starts to move a little more quickly tomorrow, that heavier rain threat will stretch back towards the Triad and Charlotte, where you haven't seen, those areas haven't seen a whole lot lately, and the threat here diminishes a bit. Meanwhile, Doppler estimates 1 to 2 inches in some of the heavier showers near the Virginia border around the Triangle. These rainfall amounts, again, been manageable. It's come over the last couple of days. Been some minor flooding issues, but nothing big around the Triangle. But just yesterday, if you were with us, Wayne County just in terrible shape with anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of rain. You see that southern Wayne County, these Doppler estimates of 16, 20 inches of rainfall. These aren't absolutely correct 100%, but they give you a good idea of what's going on. And here we are into Robeson County, and right around Lumberton and these areas, 13, 14, 15 inches of rain in the last, especially 24 hours there, because there wasn't a whole lot of rain yesterday. North Carolina rainfall record preliminary set now with Florence. With Floyd in 1999, 24 inches of rain fell near Wilmington in that storm. Florence, Swansboro, which is in Carteret County. If you're familiar with the Crystal Coast, it's on the west side of Carteret County. It's in the same general area as Emerald Isle. Atlantic Beach, and areas like that. And 30.58 inches. That hasn't been verified, but the National Weather Service going with that as a preliminary total, and it'll probably change. So we've just rewritten the history books for amount of rain that's fallen in a tropical system anywhere in our state. Flash flood warnings in the red now. Those will continue for most areas, I think. A new run-in from our predictor model, but nothing much has changed. This is midnight, and you see the heaviest rain again south of the triangle continues through tomorrow morning. Every once in a while, a little band of heavier rain gets into the triangle. But notice the farther northeast you are, not many issues. Maybe a passing heavy shower, but areas here from Fayetteville and down to Lumberton, Laurinburg, all of those areas, the farther south you are, the worse the conditions. And also, this is traveling westward now. You see, as we get towards tomorrow midday, heavy rains which have already occurred, but it'll continue into the western parts of the Sandhills, the southern Piedmont, talking about places like Sanford, Pinehurst, Laurinburg, too, all potential for heavy rain. But notice as we get through the afternoon, the heavy rain continues through the early evening hours, and then tomorrow night, it looks like there is intense rainfall. There are heavy showers for sure, but the activity becomes a little more scattered in nature, and then Monday even more so. But tomorrow it gets a little bit better, not a whole lot, still patches or areas, I should say, of heavy rainfall. As Florence moves away, we still get on the right side of that storm, which is the wrong side, but the tropical moisture the deepest. So additional rainfall amounts through Monday, several inches, but you get towards the south and southwest of the triangle, and you're talking about 8 to 10 inches of rain that could fall tonight through tomorrow and tomorrow night. And in some cases, especially maybe Robeson County and to the southeast towards Wilmington, it could be even more than that. The National Weather Service in Wilmington talking about the potential for 12 or more inches in some of those areas just tonight into tomorrow morning. Border counties, the flooding danger is low and the power outage low too. Some breezy conditions and a couple of inches of rain. Moderate impacts continuing around the triangle, right on the edge between really not much going on and extreme event there across the Sandhills. But still, we could have some flooding issues and some gusty winds. But of course, across the Sandhills towards the west, all of these areas, Fayetteville, Lumberton, Pinehurst to Goldsboro and Clinton, where you've either had heavy rain already or are about to get even more, the impacts on the extreme side. Overnight tonight, breezy with periods of rain, heavy at times, especially down to the south. And then tomorrow, more rain, breezy, maybe becoming a bit scattered into the afternoon hours, but still not much improvement. Highs upper 70s to near 80. First Alert AccuWeather 7-day forecast then. Again, showers still likely Monday, but they're more scattered about. And then some dry weather into Tuesday, later in the day, a few showers. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday look to be dry days. But you know, with Matthew, the number of fatalities 24 in North Carolina, and we're already up to there's several in South Carolina, but already so many in North Carolina. It hasn't stopped raining. Very, very, very concerning.
Yeah.